Howdy everyone, this is Tricia and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be putting this arrangement together. I'm calling it a wild arrangement because I just took different flowers that I had left over in my closet and put this together, and I wanted you to see how I did that and how easy it is to just take whatever leftover flowers you might have and make a beautiful arrangement. Alright, so if you want to see how I put this together, let's get to crafting. Alright, so before I start picking out my flowers, I'm going to go ahead and prep my vase. But as you can see, this is already prepped. It already has some styrofoam in there. This was an arrangement before. I took things out some time ago and it stayed like that for a while. So it's a little dusty, so what I need to do is just clean it up. I also have this piece of styrofoam that's kind of sticking up at the top, which I won't need. I think I may have had a candle on here and then maybe flowers around it. I don't recall exactly. So I'm just going to remove some things, or broken pieces of styrofoam, whatever, a little bit of moss might be in there. Maybe I can reuse it. I've got these greenery pins that hold down the moss, so I'll recycle those. And there's a few in here. There's a little load of moss here on each side. And I'm going to try and reuse that because I don't have any other. Okay. Move this. This has obviously been stuck in there with some wooden picks. So let's pull that out. Okay. And I think the styrofoam looks pretty okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and plug in my glue gun and let me show you what flowers I'm going to pick from. And we'll start putting them right in here to make a beautiful, wild, you know, just something that you went outside and picked some flowers out in the wild or maybe in your garden and just created something beautiful. All right, so here in the closet I have this bucket here where I have a bunch of florals. Some of them are little complete bushes, some of them are just pieces or just one piece left over from other projects. And I'm going to be using from this, and you see my arrangement, so you know which flowers from here I've already used. But just to give you an example of what I had to choose from, and this is it, so I'll just grab randomly from here. Alright, so we're back to our vase, and I'm going to go ahead and prep it with some of this moss. I could put this after I've added flowers, but I decided that I'm going to go ahead and do it before because I'm really just going to put some around the outer edge, and then once I have the flowers in there, if I see any styrofoam in there, I'll move it around and poke it towards the center. Okay, so because I don't have a lot of moss, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this Easter grass that I had purchased. I think I grabbed this from the Dollar Tree. It might have been from Target or some other place, but this Easter grass is great for recycling into your arrangements because basically what you want to do is you just want to cover your moss. Okay, so I'm just going to grab some. And it's really nice, kind of a matte, almost like a matte satiny finish on the grass, so it's pretty nice to use it for this purpose. Okay, so I want to put it around the edges, and right here I don't have any styrofoam, so I'm just going to push it right in there, and then we'll just go around and trim it with our scissors. See how that looks? Pretty okay. I think it looks nice. I'll have room around it to poke in some flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to take the moss that I had, which is not very much, and I probably don't even need it, but we'll go ahead and do a little combination of both grasses. And you know what, I'm not even going to worry about the center part. Okay, so this will then get held down wherever there's some styrofoam by these greenery pins. So just poke it in there like that. And like I said, we can come around later and trim all these little grasses that just don't want to get in there. Okay, I have one more piece here, or one more pin, and we'll use that. Okay, time to clean this up and start grabbing some flowers. Alright, so I've grabbed a few flowers. Well, this is not really a few, this is quite a bit of them. But I mean, I have so much more, so to me this is just a bit of what I have. And I tried to grab, you know, items that weren't like a Christmas or a fall flower or a pumpkin or something like that, because there's items like that in my collection there. I also have some flowers that maybe have some glitter that probably won't go well with the rest of them. But I want you to see that these flowers are pretty much an assortment of things. I mean, I have bushes here that are from Walmart Walmart. I have some that are from Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree. You know, we're going to make these all look nice, all put together. Here's another Dollar Tree. I don't recall where these are from. Oh, I think these are from a store called At Home. I'm not really sure. But here we go. Nice little assortment of some little flowers. Some on some long stems, especially this one here. And these are going to work really great. And I'm eyeballing towards my closet right now, and I see something else that I might want to use because I kind of maybe want something that kind of hangs down. Of course, I haven't grabbed any greenery yet. So right now it's just my flowers. And I'm going to start by deciding the height of my arrangement. And this is my tallest flower, I think, that's nice and big. So I think I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to cut it at its longest point because it was on a bush. Oops. There we go. Knock it off. There we go. And let's see. Do I want it that high? How tall do I want it? I think I want it about so high. So I'm going to more or less eyeball the flower. And I need it to go into the styrofoam, so I need to make sure that I have enough here to go in there. And because this was pretty deep, I'm not going to cut any of it. I am going to add a little bit of glue in there just to push in. And I need to move my camera so you can see more of the flower. And this one's just going to just shoot straight up because I do want this to be a centerpiece, so I want flowers all the way around. And of course it's going to be facing up, but you can see it from the sides as well. So there we go. That's our first flower to decide our height. Now we need to decide how far out do we want these flowers to come out from. All right, so let's grab some flowers that we can use to decide. This is a good flower, nice big rose. I have some handles here that I don't think I want to cover too much, so I think I want it to be about this far to come out. So if I do put any greenery that dangles downward, it's not going to cover these. Of course, if you didn't have these handles, you don't worry about them. Make it as wide as you want. But this is a decision that I'm making because of these handles. Of course, here on the side and on the back, of course, there's no handles, so this can stick out a little bit further out. But I'm going to go ahead and choose about right here, and that's going to form a triangle right here. So that's what we want to do first. And I think the length of this is just fine. Let's see, I think I'm going to have to trim off the bottom part. There we go. Yeah, this will be better. And always feel for your styrofoam because you might cut it too short and the styrofoam's like way in there. Like I said, this is being recycled, so some of that styrofoam is broken off, so I have to feel for it. Okay, but that was good enough. Got my flower, and I am going to bend this outward and then kind of up a little bit, just like that. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so I'm going to choose another flower, and I do have more of this rose, but just because I want to make this look like I just went out and grabbed whatever I could out in the garden or maybe out in some field somewhere. I mean, you know, how many people have that luxury of being able to go out into some field and picking flowers? I don't. But, you know, we're going to pretend we have that little fantasy because we are working with, you know, fantasy flowers. These aren't real, obviously. Okay, feel around for the styrofoam. I should have done that before I, you know, put any glue on my stem in case I had to cut it. Now this is going outward, but then I'm going to fold it a little bit. Just bend the stem a little bit so that it's not, you know, just see here when you turn it to the side, you can see the flower. And it's not like, you know, like this, pointing down, but it's pointing up. Of course, when we add more flowers, we can have some that are pointing down because, you know, we want to make them look natural. All I'm doing right now is just kind of like getting them to go down a little bit more. So I'm creating a triangle right here. That's the shape we're going to follow. I'm going to continue putting on more flowers because I also want some coming out this way. But I'm using this amount of, you know, it popping out for the rest of the flowers. So I'm going to use this yellow rose. I think it's really pretty. We feel for the styrofoam. It's right there. Okay, this will be good. Once we establish our shape that we want, let me put this forward so you can see. Bend it down and then up a little bit. This is kind of loosey-goosey right here where I put it, so I'm going to insert it once again. There we go. That works a little bit better. Now we'll add another flower over here, and because I want to kind of follow that randomness, I'm going to grab this pretty little flower. Isn't that pretty? It's from the Dollar Tree. Find the styrofoam. There we go. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. And we've already established another triangle right here of flowers. So now when you add flowers in there, you want to stay within the parameters of that triangle. So any flower that maybe goes right here should not be any higher than this and shouldn't stick out any further than that. Now, if you stick any flowers that are coming out from the bottom, they can go ahead and protrude, like greenery and things like that, especially if you're going to hang it downward, okay? So just keep that in mind so that you don't lose your shape of your arrangements, to keep within the parameters, like right here between these here and, you know, here, for example. Okay, I think you get the what I'm saying. So I'm going to continue adding flowers. Here's a really pretty one that I can use as a filler. I'm cutting them at the longest point that I can, and then if I have to trim them, I can, but at least I don't cut them out too short. I want this one to kind of come out somewhere between the length of these and the height of that. So I think that would be good. Let me put some more glue in here. All right. And then I'm going to fold it or bend it. Not fold it because I'm not completely folding it. Just make a little bend. And then bending it upwards so that the flower is shooting up into the sky. Okay? Now I want one on the opposite side. And I happen to have more of that flower, so I'm going to go ahead and mirror that one. And I like the idea because I have this one here that has, let's see, cut it off. It has two little flowers on it. So it's not the exact mirror, but you know, we have something similar on this other side here. All right, and I'm feeling again for the styrofoam where it's at. So I might need to trim, but I don't on this case. Of course, I've been doing these arrangements for some time, so I kind of have an idea. And you know, I had already felt for my styrofoam, so I knew where I was. Now, this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to bend this 1 second flower here a little bit lower than the one that's shooting up on here. So look, now I have a little flower right there. Now to also maybe get a little flower down here, I'll grab something else. Ooh, these are pretty. These little orange ones. Let's grab those. Cut it at our longest point. Where's it going to go? There's some styrofoam there. I can stick it in far enough. Let me trim just a tiny bit, so I don't have to poke it too far in. And so the further you poke it, the more holes and the deeper holes you make into your styrofoam, and then you get to a point where you can't recycle it. And the styrofoam that has been there has been recycled to the point where this will probably be the last arrangement that I can use it for. But look how pretty that looks. Okay, you know what? I really like that orange flower, so I'm going to add some more in there. Let's grab some more. Let's see. Oh, these are from IKEA. That's nice. I didn't even remember buying flowers from IKEA. But there we go. Let me just cut them all at the longest point, and then I can trim them. Throw this on the floor. I can sweep it up later. Let's see. I'll go over here with that. I'm going to have to sacrifice this little leaf down here. See, I'm mimicking basically what I did with these others, but now I'm going to go here and then on the opposite side, which is right here. So I need something right in this space. And because I really like those orange flowers, I'm going to use those, and I'm going to use this one that has 2 bits coming out, or actually it's going to be 2 stems because I need to cut them. Let's see. And I like that this one's a little bit floppy. Okay, let's get this one. Yeah, that's good. Get that in there. Bend it a little bit and then up. This one I'm going to stick it in as is, right next to it. See right here? Okay, so just keep adding flowers, as many as you want or as little as you want. If you feel like, okay, this is enough, which it could be, just add some greenery and fill it up. But I wanted to have lots of flowers in there. I really want a nice full arrangement. So I'm just going to grab some other stems. and just fill in wherever I feel like I need something. I need something here, but I just want to show you this side over here. Oops, that's a lot of noise. Sorry about that. Okay, so I did these, and I need these. I'm going to add this rose on this side. I know I'm going to have to trim it. Gorgeous. Now, opposite of that is there's a yellow rose here, so I don't want to use another yellow rose. I'm trying to get the webs off of me. Okay, let's try this pretty little blue flower here. On this side right here. Okay. That's good because that styrofoam is kind of far in there. Let's push these out of the way so we can look at our arrangement. Oh, gorgeous. I think it's looking really pretty. I love all the colors, how they're working together. I can save this because I can make a stem of greenery from this actually, but just in case I don't have enough of the other greenery. Okay, so I have a lot more flowers I can use. I'm going to go ahead and use these small light blue just to kind of fill in here and there. Only because the top here is looking kind of bare, and then there's one flower that just kind of like sticks out like a sore thumb. So I'm going to put these there. Now just make sure that your flowers aren't like crushed together. Make sure that they have free space between them. You want to imagine a little butterfly coming around, flying through your arrangement and being able to get through things. Gorgeous. Okay, now I'm looking at my arrangement, and if I I'm looking at this side right here, looks pretty full. Look at that. Looks pretty full. And everything that I've done to one side, I've repeated on the other side. But for some reason, right here, it looks kind of sparse. So I need a nice flower. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use another one like this one. I think this will add a lot of volume there. Let me look at it from the front so I can decide where it should go. And then I look at it and I see a lot of this same color. So we're going to skip that. And I'm going to go see what else I have. Oh, I have another one of these roses. Alright, so I have this other rose, and I think this will fill in that space really nicely. Right here. Let me insert it one more time. Just wasn't in there well enough. Sometimes you have to move around your moss. See, now it fills it up nicely. There we go. I think it looks really nice. A nice little random choice of flowers. Although I wasn't too random because I was kind of, picking what I wanted. I want these. So I told you I had seen something in my closet. I spotted these. And I want something dangling out. So I'm going to use that. Of course, if you don't have this, for example, what you could use is a long stem like these, and then insert it and then bend it down. Just bend it downward so it does what you want. And then some of the flowers, you can bend them a little bit up so they're not all, facing down. But you could do something like that to put in there. Okay? All right, I want more of this. in there. Let's see, right next to it, just like that. And then I want some on this side as well. Oops, over on this side. Let's fix that moss there. Okay, one more piece. All right, and there we go. Now let's just grab a little bit of greenery and fill in some spots. All right, so I'm back with some greenery that I had in my stash. This is a nice full bush. I got these from Hobby Lobby. This one I've already cut from. I don't remember where I got this from. I thought it was really pretty. It has some long stems that I can droop out. So I'm gonna start with that. And then I'm gonna cut off where some leaves have fallen off of there. You can see the, you know what, I'm going to move this one. Put a little hot glue in there because once you pull it out, it kind of loosens up that little plastic. Okay, so now I can trim this off. Anyway, it loosens up the little plastic, and then if you put something on there, it'll just pop right off. Alright, so if you do have something like that that keeps popping off, put a little bit of hot glue in there. Okay, I want to put this going down like that, see? I don't want to hide the handles too much. I think they're so pretty. So I'm going to try not to overdo this because I can overdo it. Okay, like that. And then bending downward, I'm going to curl it around a little bit. Just like that. Let's get this out of the way so you can see that. Alright. Do I want to do it on the other side? Maybe, but you know what? I'm not going to have it come down so much. So I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter. Just a little stem like that. Again, I'm going to cut off the little bits where a leaf fell off of, and I don't know where they are. Alright. Put that in there and bend it down. Like I said, not as much as the other one. I want it to have some sort of a natural flow, okay? So you can have that same, you know, dripping greenery or flower, but it's not as much as the other side, so it gives it a more natural arrangement look. Okay, now I'm going to take some of the other pieces that I have here and just insert them between the flowers wherever I see a nice space that needs to be filled, and make sure your leaves are facing where they're going to be seen. So forward, depending on where forward is. Alright, I'm going to add another one on this other side to fill in that space right there. That's looking really good. Okay, I'm going to go and skip using the rest of these. And I grabbed both of these, but I think I'm going to just cut from one, whatever's on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. I might not use them all, but we'll see. Alright, so now all I got to do is take a really good look at my arrangement, and I can already see I have 2 spots here that need to be filled. Right here, right here. The other side doesn't look as sparse, only because this, like this one here, the one that I put in here, is pretty full. So let's go ahead and remove some of this and cut it shorter. So I want this to have the same greenery on one side that it does on another. This is Daisy that I'm going to fold down a little bit. Alright, so I put that greenery right here. So as you can see here, I have 2 spots that really desperately need something. So I'm going to put some in there. Right there. And one more. Let me turn it around so I can see here. Make sure I get it in the right spot. And now I'm noticing that, yeah, you know what? I do have a little bit of a sparse area here. So let's go back to this one. Along this piece, I think this one here. And trim off anything that's not going to be used there. All right, let's turn it back around. I want it right here to fill in that little spot there. Move my flowers around as needed. Yes, okay, there we go. All right, everyone, I have finished my arrangement, and this is what it's looking like. I did move a few of the flowers around because I felt like they were misplaced. For example, that one was down here, and I felt it worked better over here, and then I just kind of moved these flowers around a little bit to fill in that space. But this is what it's looking like. Let's look at the other side. All right, so here's what it looks like from the other side. I've just turned it around, and here's one of the sides and what it looks like, and obviously on this other side as well. All right. I really love how this arrangement came out. I hope that you like it as well. I hope you enjoyed my video. So if you are here for the first time and you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. Just go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and then hit the little notifications and choose all so that you get notified of my videos as soon as I upload them. I want to thank everyone for watching my channel. Thank you for those who have already subscribed. Thank you for supporting me. All right, so thank you all very much for those of you who have already subscribed and have supported my channel, and please keep supporting it. So I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you thought of my arrangement. Y'all have a super weekend, and as always, enjoy.